Principal Planner for the City of Monterey. And today I will be also the zoning administrator for today's meeting. Today is the March 2nd, 2023 zoning administrator meeting. And let's start. It's 3 p.m. Stephanie, would you mind announcing staff members present?
Yes, staff members present today are Principal Planner Riveri, serving as zoning administrator, Associate Planner Bogert, and myself, Recording Secretary Coda.
And could you remind the public on how to participate via Zoom?
Members of the public are encouraged to join our meetings via Zoom Gov, a secure service that connects you live with no lag time. This meeting is also streamed live on youtube.com/City of Monterey with an approximate 10-second delay and Comcast channel 25 with up to a 90-second delay. If you would like to provide public comment, please join the meeting using Zoom or by telephone, making sure to join in time to accommodate delays. To join the Zoom meeting from a computer or phone, use the link or phone numbers on the agenda posted at isearchmonterey.org. Since the meeting has started, you'll find the agenda under the Recent tab. To join by telephone, dial 833-568-8864 toll-free, then enter the webinar ID. The webinar ID for today's meeting is 160-666-5889. If prompted for a participant ID, press the pound key. Detailed instructions for using Zoom are available at monterey.org/public meetings. To provide public comment via Zoom, please use the raise your hand function at the bottom of your screen. To provide comments by phone, dial *9 to raise your hand, then *6 to unmute when called upon. Public commenters will be announced using their last 3 phone number digits or the name typed into Zoom. Public commenters will be muted until it is their turn to speak. Please turn off TV or computer speakers or go to another room while connected, as background noise interferes with the broadcast. Public speakers will be called upon in order of hands raised. There is a 3-minute time limit for today's meeting. Please stay within that limit.
Thank you, Stephanie. Okay, so I will move on to the consent items part of the agenda. And it looks like we only have one consent item, approval of the minutes. Approval of the February 16th, 2023 minutes. I will open it up to public comments at this time. Do we have anyone online that would like to comment on the minutes?
I don't see any hands raised.
Thank you. Okay, with that, I will approve the February 16th, 2023 minutes. Now I will open it up for public comments for items not on today's agenda. Do we have anyone online who has their hands raised?
There are no hands raised.
Okay, thank you. I will close public comments for items not on the agenda. And I will move on to item number 3 on the public hearing agenda. Item number 3 is consider 398 Foam Street, use permit application UP 220240 to conditionally allow a services major recreation and entertainment use with a principally permitted retail sales minor use. Applicant Miles Shields, property owner PHI McKee LP, PCLH zoning district, planned community lighthouse district, commercial general plan designation, exempt from CEQA requirements per Article 19, Section 15301, Class 1. Do we have a staff presentation?
Yes, we do. I can share my screen. My name is Matthew Buggert, and I'm an associate planner with the City of Monterey's Planning Division. And today we're here to talk about 398 Foam Street, Suite A, for a proposed commercial entertainment and recreation use, which requires a use permit at this location at today's March 2nd, 2023 zoning administrator hearing. The location of the parcel is near Cannery Row on Foam Street. It is a two-story commercial building. It has a commercial land use and PCLH zoning, which is planned community and subject to the Lighthouse specific plan. The proposed use at the site is a business called Two Player Arcade Shop. The owner is Miles Shields. The anticipated schedule for the use is differs between Monday to Friday and Saturday and Sunday. Since there are other office uses in the building, they have a sort of quiet clause. They have a quiet clause. So from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., the business would be limited to those principally permitted uses, the retail sales, office, repair center for minor electronic video game systems. And then starting at 4 p.m. and proposed to 11 p.m., it would also operate as a gaming arcade, which is the commercial recreation entertainment portion. On Saturday and Sunday, the proposed operating times is from 10 to 11 p.m. and would include all facets of the business. So everything from the commercial side to the retail, the recreation entertainment side to the retail side. This use is complementary to surrounding land uses in having commercial aspects. And as shown in this image here, the entrance to the small shop, it's about 1,100 square feet, would be from this door in the lower right. There are offices above and to the side, and then there is a hair salon off to the right. Further down, you can see the slope that heads down to Cannery Row and the recreation trail. Right, to provide a little bit more context of area, Chelsea Park down here on the right. Recreation trail is just behind the building. There are hotels and charter school and businesses, and catty corner to the business are a few residences at the corner here. The necessary findings for this project is that the proposed use is in accordance with the objectives of the zoning ordinance. PCLH, the Lighthouse specific plan, allows for a variety of permitted uses, and the commercial recreation entertainment use is allowed with a conditional use permit, which brings us here today. The proposed project would not be detrimental to public health, safety, or welfare of persons. The business will operate within an enclosed building. There's existing parking on site, and also since it's within the Lighthouse specific plan area with a change of use, it does not necessarily require additional parking. Also, in general, it provides recreational opportunities for both residents and visitors to the area. And finally, the proposed use would comply with any condition as listed in the conditions of approval. There are not at this time any special conditions placed on the project. I think the main condition that is just a part of the project description is its operating hours after business times later in the day. With that, staff's recommendation is to approve the use permit with the standard conditions that are included in the resolution, proposed resolution. With that, that concludes staff's presentation. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Matthew. I do have some questions. I saw that Exhibit A contained an existing floor plan and a proposed floor plan. Will they need a building permit at all to do, or I guess place the equipment in there and do what they want to do?
I don't have that in front of me right now, but there's no aspect that is proposed. The applicant may be able to better describe that, but I don't remember there being a difference between existing versus proposed floor plans.
Okay. One difference that I noted between Exhibit A and the special conditions is that in Exhibit A, the applicant was requesting an end time of 11 PM on weekdays. However, the special resolution says the end time is 10 PM on weekdays.
That is an error within the resolution and needs to be updated to reflect the 11 PM proposed time from the applicant.
Oh, okay.
The original proposal was until 10, and then there was a revised proposal that
Oh.
included the extended hours to 11
Okay,
to provide some flexibility on weekends.
okay, thanks. Now I would like to open it up for public comments. Do we have anyone online who is raising their hands?
Not sure.
The applicant is online, but I don't see any hands raised.
Oh, would the applicant like to say something?
Yes. Okay, go right ahead.
Hi, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, thank you so much. I just wanted to comment on the first point that was brought up by the meeting chair. There will be no major construction or anything of that matter taking place in the building, so no permits or anything like that will be required as far as we understand it.
But are you aware if you need any electrical permits for all that equipment?
As far as I understand it, the electrical components that we're going to be plugging in are fairly standard as far as that sort of thing goes. We've spoken with a couple of small business lawyers and various other professionals, and they've advised that we should not need to seek out any sort of additional permitting for that sort of thing.
Okay, thank you. Did you want to state anything else?
No, that's all. Thank you.
Okay. Do we have anyone else who would like to speak?
There are no other attendees.
Okay, thank you. I will then close the public comment section of this meeting. And I will give some comments of my own. I agree with staff's findings that the proposed use is consistent with Lighthouse specific plan objectives. And I also agree that the use wouldn't have a detrimental impact on adjacent property or the city. I do need to amend the resolution just to correct some omissions and reflect the proposed hours of operation. So I would like to approve this application as submitted. However, there are a few changes to the resolution that I would like to make. The third whereas statement says the proposed use would be operated, etc. And that needs to change to say the proposed services major use. And then the sixth whereas statement, I want the Monterey City Code to say chapter 38, article 27. That's the appeal article. And in the now therefore paragraph, after principally permitted, it needs to say retail sales minor use. Special condition number 1 should say hours of operation shall be limited to 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. during weekdays. And the rest of that is fine. And I would like to add a sentence at the end that says the gaming arcade, commercial recreation, and entertainment component should be limited to between 4 p.m. and 4 p.m. and 11 p.m. on weekdays to comply with the quiet hours restriction for the building. And then under the standard condition of approval number 3, I would like to add that the applicant shall also apply for any business license required. And just in case the applicant does need a building permit, I would like to add to standard condition number 4 that the applicant proceeds at his or her own risk, that water may not be available at the time she requests building permits. No building permits will be issued if water is not available for this project. And number 5, condition number 5 should say, instead of planning commission, it should say zoning administrator. And that concludes my recommendation. So your project is approved. Congratulations. There is an appeal period of 10 days, which starts today. This project can be appealed to the Planning Commission with forms available online and at the planning office. Okay, thanks Matthew, Stephanie, and Miles for attending. And we are adjourning the meeting at 3:18 p.m.